conference, can I now call upon this year's President, Vaughan Gething, to make his address. Vaughan, thank you.
Welcome again, and a good morning to our delegates, visitors, and of course, our guests. We meet at a difficult time for our movement. The challenges of the modern world have never been greater for trade unionists and our members. We live not just in a global world, but a world in a global recession. Jobs in every sector, private and public, have been and will be affected by the recession. Our relationships with government and decision makers are under pressure and being tested as never before. And in the near future of politics, an even greater challenge faces us and our generation. We'll hear much in this conference about the recession and the political future of Wales, the UK, and Europe. Problems, challenges, and threats face us all in differing measure. However, the past year has also seen some real and tangible progress for trade unionists here in Wales. At each stage in this past year, whether celebrating success, building for the future, or facing up to the more threatening challenges we face in our movement, I've been proud to have served you as President. But my job has been made much, much easier by the reality that we do have a very hard-working and committed staff team within the Wales TUC. Martin Mansfield joined the team during the autumn of this year, and since then he's taken a lead with staff who have demonstrated their commitment to us and our movement over a number of years. The office itself is very rarely a dull place. But more importantly, the office of the Wales TUC is full of staff that we can and should all be proud of. And I'd like to thank all of the staff for the contribution they've made in the past, but in particular during this year in helping and supporting me as President. And I'm certainly very proud to have worked with you. In amongst the highlights of the year, I still haven't forgotten, or quite forgiven because of my vanity, being told by Chris Hartwell at the start of my tenure that I was the youngest president, but only the 6th prettiest. I don't know where Paul O'Shea will come on the pretty scale, but I am nevertheless grateful to Paul for the constructive and helpful manner in which he's conducted himself this year as Vice President. It really has been a very positive thing for me to be able to work properly with the Vice President, who's always been there when needed. Thank you. I also need to pay some thanks at the outset to my trade union, the GMB, and also my employer, Thompson Solicitors. Without the support of the GMB, over the years, as a young member, as a shop steward, as an activist going through the ranks, impressing and annoying some people over the time, and now on the General Council, the Executive, and now as President, I know that I wouldn't be here were it not for the support that my union have given me, for the platform they've given me to allow me to be an activist and to represent fellow workers. I'm also delighted that Sheila Bearcroft from the GMB Southwestern region is the current president of the TUC, and I look forward to hearing Sheila speak later on this week. My employer Thompsons are well known across the trade union movement, and I've been given the time and support to undertake my duties as president this year, not only by the other partners and managers, but also by all of the staff who work with me in the Cardiff and Swansea offices, and I truly am grateful for the support they've given me. Now, some of my highlights as President won't be much of a surprise in some ways, as they all involve talking, with a little bit of listening thrown in. I continue to be impressed and inspired by the work of union learning representatives. ULRs are the new evangelists of our movement. They're not just passionate about learning, they're passionate about trade unions and seeing their fellow workers improve their lives at work and outside work. And also, they're growing in number. This year, I'm told there are 1,153 active union learning reps here in Wales. Each one of those people is an advocate for our movement. Another reason to join and stay within the trade union movement. I was particularly impressed by the Abertawe Bro Megannig Learning Forum event that I attended earlier in the year in the Millennium Stadium. And of course, the Wales TUC Union Learning Rep Conference. Over 150 union learning reps attended. And in particular, I met Gareth Payne as an example, who is a Unite member at Cardiff Bus, and I've recently delivered to him 50 of my old books. I know they'll be well used and well appreciated. But the point about the work they do is that it's truly inspiring because it really is life-changing. Later on at conference, I know that Scott Quinnell will be speaking, and his story, his battle, is one that other ULRs match and help others to cope with on a daily basis as they help more and more of our own members.